Catherine, this turkey tastes half as good as it looks. I think we're all in for a very big treat.
Save the neck for me, Clark.
Okay, Eddie.
Look at that.
Okay, well, food is a big part of the holidays and can cause some tension in the family. You can't please everyone. You know what I'm talking about. So here to help you tackle those holiday hassles, welcome back therapist Shayna Lewis and Emily deAyala and relationship expert Dr. Gabrielle Morrissey. Okay, so that plays right into our next viewer question, which is Sherry saying, my aunt always insists on cooking our big holiday meal, but the problem is she can't cook. Last year, the turkey was raw on the inside and she forgot to put the ham in the oven. Luckily, most of those hams are pre-cooked, okay? I don't want to hurt her feelings. How should I handle this? She always insists on doing the cooking.
I would really ask if you can help her out. Maybe flatter her a little bit. Say, I would really love to learn from you. Could I come? Yeah, could I come over early and can you teach me some of the recipes so that I can pass them on at some point?
And then you can just kind of
and then you jump in. Yeah.
And then you can take that recipe and stick it in the oven.
There you go.
All right. Yeah, so that's kind of one way of saying, you know, it's not fair to you. You've done it in the last several years. The funny part is when they don't recognize how yours can taste vastly different than theirs. So, all right, let's go to Kathy on the phone. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy, are you with us? All right, Kathy, can you hear us now?
I can hear you now. I can hear you just fine.
There you go. What's your question for our panelist?
We're a blended family. My husband had 3 children from his first marriage, and I have 4. And he has 2 brothers. His brother always hosts this big, giant holiday meal and called us and said, I'd love to see you, and Mom and Dad would love to see you, and your other brother and his kids would love to see you. Please come, but you cannot bring your wife's children.
Oh. Is that brother-in-law's name Ebenezer? Or
What'd you say?
is that brother-in-law's name Ebenezer?
No.
Wow. Okay. Geez.
Well, there's a universal response here that that's just not okay.
No.
Yeah.
On so many levels.
And the holidays is also supposed to be about acceptance and love, and it's the exact time when you might extend yourself and open up.
Yeah.
And it's not, we're not setting up a permanent situation, it's just the holidays.
And the thing is, the kids didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. Yeah. So okay. So how does she handle it? Insist that the kids go or they don't go?
I think I would. I would call up and I would say, look, I really appreciate you extending the offer. Always start with some kind of flattery, as we talked about a minute ago. And then say, you know, it's really important that our kids all stick together and they want to meet their cousins and it can be a fun time.
I think probably just say, put yourself in my situation. Do you leave your kids behind?
Absolutely.
And that person can't say, yes, I'll leave my kids behind.
Absolutely.
So I think when you reverse the role and say, so listen to what you're asking me to do and I just can't do that. All right, we have Sherry in our audience. Or Sherry, baby. All right.
I'd like a nickel for every time I've heard that. I would like to ask, we have family members, we set a time for our main meal to happen and the turkey's out of the oven, everything's hot, and they're 2 hours late, and this happens all the time. And how do you handle that?
Well, that's a good one.
I would tell them that it starts 2 hours earlier than it actually does.
Yeah?
We have to do that with one of my family members.
Yeah.
If it happens all the time, though, that's, for me, that's about respect. And that warrants a conversation to stop that pattern in its tracks. And it's not about the turkey. It's not even essentially about time management as much as it's about respecting
It's almost
the
that
invitation.
subconscious message, too, when you show up anytime you want to.
But at the same time, as the host of the event, when dinner starts, it starts.
Yeah.
And so if you're 2 hours late, then you will get what's 2 hours left.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, so yeah, I think you just kind of go on with that and just make sure there's nothing left but some crumbs. All right, David is on the line. Good morning, David.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. What's your question?
I guess my question is, how do you how do you prepare yourself for when all your life you've been picked on by everyone in the family? It's always been a laugh and a joke. But then when you get to that age and say, you know, I don't like this, this is what I don't appreciate, and it happens every holiday, and they seem to say you're acting like a spoiled brat, you're acting like a child, why are you making a big fuss? This is normal. But to me, I'm kind of tired of it. So how do you deal with that?
Yeah, and David, I just want to, I went through some of that myself, and when somebody doesn't validate your feelings, then it's almost like they put their defenses up. They know they're wrong. They know they're wrong. And so it's very hurtful, and it carries on into your adult life about how you feel about yourself, your self-esteem, and the whole bit, because especially when it comes from the people who are supposed to love you the most.
Right.
So I would just throw this. I love that you recognize it and you stood up for yourself.
Exactly.
The rest is up to them.
Right, and you get to decide what environment you choose to be in. If you've asserted yourself and you said, you know what, I don't like that, and then you can decide, do I want to be here or do I want to be somewhere
The hard part
else?
is you still want to be around family.
Well,
even when they haven't treated you
then
the
you still
best.
continue to assert yourself. And maybe it means, you know, being able to assert yourself in a way where your confidence is so clear that they understand, okay, he's not playing about that.
Right,
He
right.
means
Don't
it.
react.
Absolutely, making a choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, you know, yes, you cannot pick your family, but you can pick how much time you spend with them. And if it has become a completely toxic environment, you know, there are a lot of people who, you know, have such close friends that they feel like family to them. And more people are doing Friendsgiving and Friends Christmas, and that can be a lot of fun and a positive time to
And with
to
that
share.
said, when we come back, we want to talk about one of our folks on Facebook is talking about being alone during the holidays. We'll be right back.